I don't have
You don't have an intro? Hello, this intro is us trying to come up with an intro.
Oh, okay. So, I'll start with this. What's happening, Disney fans? Welcome back to the channel. I am D-WIZZLE, and I am here with my girlfriend / co-host, aka the dragon to my warrior. Yes.
I like that. That's
Yeah,
good.
awesome.
So I get to be Sisu and you're Raya.
Yeah, sure. Even though I'm a man, but I don't care. Raya's cool. I'll
is
be
cool.
a Raya. But yes, I am joined today with my girlfriend / co-host Shay.
Hello.
And today marks our first edition of the DISNEYCAST.
Oh.
Yes. Now, what is the DISNEYCAST? Well, I'm sure it's self-explanatory by the title, but this is a podcast dedicated to everything Disney. We'll be talking about all the movies. We're going to be talking about probably some series on the way, and hey, we might have some Disney park stuff in there as well.
Ooh.
You know, Shay has
I have
never
to
been
go
to
Disney
Disney
first,
World.
but you know, once
Right.
that happens.
She has never been to Disney World.
I'm sorry.
Call herself a Disney fan.
I didn't get to go on any Disney school trips. I
haven't
didn't even go
either.
to Washington, D.C.
You haven't been to DC?
Nope. Nope. Everyone else was gone that weekend on that trip in 8th grade. And
Yeah,
it's
the
me
family-
by myself at home.
Had a family reunion at DC. It was
Ooh,
great.
I have gone to Gettysburg. One time when we went to visit my grandma, I'm like, we're not that far from Gettysburg. We should go. And it was awful. It was so hot and everyone was miserable and we didn't have a good time. But I have been to Gettysburg. We're getting off topic.
Yeah,
We're
off
here
topic.
to talk about Raya and the Last Dragon
Yes.
today as the first episode of the DISNEYCAST.
Yes, Raya and the Last Dragon. I thought that would be a great one to start off on because I didn't want to start all the way from the beginning because there's
Because it's so far back.
many.
There are a lot. Maybe we can just go backwards.
Yes, that's the great thing about these Disney casts is that we can go anywhere we
Yeah,
want.
just hop around, do all our favorites first. And then...
Yeah, or we can go by like whatever new Disney movie is going to come out, we could review whatever franchise that's from. So that's how it's going to be. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. So before we get into Raya, just quickly talking about, I haven't really talked about Disney that much on my channel. So Disney is like a big part of my life, you know, as for most adults in America.
Everyone grew up with Disney.
Yes.
Everyone's parents put on The Lion King when they were a little kid.
Yeah.
They just wanted them to go sit down and be out of the way.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that
Actually, there's a Little Mermaid in my house, more so
Little
than The Lion
Mermaid,
King.
that's a really good one. You excited for that live action remake?
You know, so far I've liked the animated ones better than the live action.
As everyone
exclusively.
is!
So like... I want to be hopeful for it. I want it to be good, but so far every live action one has left me disappointed.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm willing to give it a chance.
All right.
We will see.
So yeah, so Disney has molded my life. Grew up watching almost every Disney movie known to man. I've seen most of the shows like on Disney Channel, Toon Disney, Jetix, stuff like that. And yes, I have been to Disney World. I've been to all 4 parks. I've been to the one in Florida. I haven't been to the one in California. And one of my goals is to go to every Disney park in the world. We'll see how that goes because we're still in a pandemic right now. But
travel is a little bit off the table at the moment.
Travel's kind of difficult. But eventually, I still want to meet that goal, and I hope Shay can come along with me.
Then I can go to any Disney park.
Yes, we love that.
Woohoo!
But yeah, so that's how we are. That's why we wanted to start this. I do want to put this disclaimer up, though. It's going to be a spoiler-filled discussion on all the stuff that we talk about on the cast. So if you guys haven't seen them, I would suggest you go on Disney Plus and watch them. You know, I'm sure it's been out for a while. When did this come out? Like the beginning of the year, March or something?
It's been a little bit, and I've already watched Moana like 8 times.
And that goes for most of the Disney films we talk about because they've been out for years, decades,
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff
nice
like
to go
that.
back to that stuff and then see it. It's like, I just watch Moana all the time.
Yes, you talk about every little detail about these movies, and also put another disclaimer: this is not a podcast for kids. So if you have kids,
there's
watch.
swearing.
Yes, we'll be using using adult language and some adult jokes and stuff like that may come in here. We're not going to go out our way to be gratuitous, but if you do have some young people listening around, just be wary. There may be some stuff that come up that you don't want them to listen to. So this is really a podcast for people that grew up watching them, like they're adults now and they grew up watching
like all those 20-something people, like we're 20-something people.
Yes, exactly.
Who grew up and loved Disney.
Yes.
And continue to love Disney even though they're 20-something people.
20-something people years old. I'm a grown man.
Yeah, I think Disney really, it appeals to everyone.
Yes. It appeals to everyone. It appeals to families, and even like...
There's stuff in there for parents to enjoy as well as the kids, and so everyone loves Disney.
Yes.
Good for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Like, when I could still cry at some... Toys give me emotion, make me cry. Like,
we're gonna melt.
Yes.
Oh,
no,
that's another one.
Oh boy.
Oh, sorry.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that in the near future. But yeah. Anyway, enough of that shenanigans. Let's talk about Raya. So when it came to the recent Disney animated films, starting from Tangled, Frozen, Moana, Wreck-It Ralph, stuff like that, I've been really enjoying them. Like those were like the Disney films recently where it's like they're still really great. Because when it comes to other stuff they try, like the live action remakes and based off of books or stuff like that, I'm feeling.
I would rather them make more original stories than revisiting all the classics, but just it's 3D animation instead of 2D now.
Oh yeah, 2D animation's about to die.
Live action, like 2D animation is so beautiful.
I know, man.
I like it so much.
We need more. We need a resurgence to that. I mean, the 3D animated stuff is great too, but like the 2D animated stuff is just as good.
I feel like that has a special place for me. Like Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yes. It's so beautiful.
It's so gorgeous,
oh my goodness.
Man. Like the animation of that.
Mulan, so good.
Lion King.
I don't want to lose that as they do. Like the 3D animated stuff.
Right. So.
And they give everyone this all the female characters the same face.
That's what I do notice about them recently. The animation, they all look like they're in the same world.
It's like the Disney face. It's like that could be varied a little bit more.
Right, like the 2D animated stuff, you can do unique stuff with the with the design and stuff like that. So it's like you don't have to stick to one thing,
Yeah.
So, but anyway, when it comes to the recent stuff, I've been really enjoying them. So when it came to Raya, that was another thing I was really excited about. Also because like they're also touching on another different ethnicities that we're normally
touching on
seeing.
Different cultures.
Mm-hmm. I forget which ethnicity this one
Indonesian.
was. Indonesian. Thank you very much.
Like myths, and Cree looked that up. Our friend Cree.
Yeah.
And told us all the things that they were saying, all the different Indonesian words.
Mm-hmm. She's half Filipino too, so she's part of that Asian culture, so I like that a lot. So I was excited they're going to touch on another nation outside the stuff we're used to. I like that, we have Pacific Islanders, we had I wish they did have more black stuff, to be honest. I mean, we had Princess and the Frog, which was a long time ago, which was pretty good. If we could do more of that, that'd be nice. But I'm glad they're going to tap into the Asian community. That's great. I always want to see diversity when it's not tokenized or, just put in your, shoved in your face, So when it's naturally
it's
done.
Not like a stereotype.
Right.
It's cool to see these different kinds of stories that they're wanting to tell. And I also like how a lot of the more recent Disney movies are veering away from having a romantic angle, at least with, Moana and with Raya. There's not, a love interest. It's about a different kind of story.
And Prince Charming rescuing the day.
Oh,
damsel in distress.
Can't do anything for themselves. In some of the earlier Disney films, it's very damsel in distress. Absolutely. And needing to be saved by a man. I like how some of the more recent ones, Moana and Raya in particular,
even Frozen too.
Yeah, Frozen too. They have strong female characters who get stuff done.
Yes.
Take care of themselves.
Don't need a man.
Yeah, and also just Raya fights things with swords, which is cool.
Oh yes,
I'm a big fan of fighting things with swords.
Fighting things with swords. She's a big Wonder Woman person.
If you guys some of the other episodes I'm on.
Yeah, if you guys have been watching, she's a huge Wonder Woman fan. She loves swords and shields. I love swords and shields.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's great fighting things with swords. Super good.
Yep.
You see that in Raya.
Yes. So, the voice actor they got for Raya was Kelly Marie Tran, who was Rose Tico in the sequel trilogy of Star Wars. I think Kelly Marie Tran is fine. I didn't hate her in The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, but didn't do too much for me character-wise, but I was looking forward to seeing what she would do voice acting-wise. And then Awkwafina's going to be a voice actress too. I'm not an Awkwafina fan. I'm not. I'm gonna be real honest. There's a couple of things I've seen her in where like, okay, there's some jokes here and there. It's like, okay, that's kind of funny. But like, she's just like, I don't know. She just comes off as annoying to me. I feel like her humor for the most part is forced.
I really liked Susan.
Huh?
I
mean, we'll get to her. We'll get to her too. But this was Awkwafina. Like, I don't know. I'm just still trying to figure her out because I didn't really like her that much in Crazy Rich Asians, and she's gonna be in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, where I'm like, oh, I hope she doesn't do anything too stupid in that. But open to seeing what they do voice acting wise. The trailer looked pretty cool. Pretty badass. Got some action in there, swords and stuff like that. It looked like one of those Chinese epic fantasy films. So it looked pretty cool. It looked very unique from what we're usually getting from Disney because they don't really put the emphasis on like action like that in a while. So it's like I was definitely looking forward to it. I did not see this in theaters. Well, for one thing, because I was still apprehensive to go to the theater at the time it came out.
We saw it on our friend Korean Evan's couch.
Yep, we saw it for free.
Woo-hoo. And then I saw it 2.5 more times.
Yeah. See, so, for once, she saw something more than me. She saw this more than I did.
3.5 times.
Yeah, I only saw it twice. So she's probably going to help me with some facts on this movie if I forget. But, so... You know what? I'll start with you, Shay. How did you feel after the third and a half time? How did you feel about Raya and the Last Dragon?
I like it. I think it's a good movie. I like how they're going into more lesser-known cultures, at least here in the U.S., what would be not so well-known.
Right.
I think it's cool they're exploring those kinds of stories. I like Raya as a character. She fights things with swords. That's cool. I felt like it was a very linear story. They kind of set out exactly what was going to happen. Like, oh, we have these 5 gem pieces, and they're all in these different areas, and we have to go one by one to each area and get all the gem pieces. So that was a little like, okay, we get it. You don't need to spell it out so much for us, but I get it is a movie meant for kids, so... But yeah, I liked the story overall. I thought it was good. Okay.
I'm around this. I'm on the same boat as you. I thought it was a pretty solid movie. Had a good time with it. I've also the same with some of the typical stuff story wise. Like it goes from A, B, C.
Yeah. D, like there's not really any detours. It's like okay, we're setting out exactly what's gonna happen. And this is gonna go like this.
Yeah. Not a lot of huge twists in this movie, which keeps it from being great to me. But. Yeah. Overall, I did like all the characters. I did really like Raya, and the world building in the movie I thought was really interesting. There's a lot of details with the different nations.
Yeah, I like all the different animals from all the different nations. It's cool.
Cool, and each nation had specialties and combat and stuff like that. I thought that was really cool, and just like the mysticism of it all, just really, really cool. I thought it was enjoyable. But as I said. The story is not really anything super complex.
Yeah, nothing really shocked me that happened.
Yeah, which we'll get into in a second. But I just part of me just wishes this could have been so great. Like this could have been like the best animated movie they've done in a while. Because they have all the tools there to make it great. But it's just like...
Didn't quite.
Yeah, they're holding back. They're holding back. And it's like, I know you got to appeal to the kids. But it's like, Disney, when they're actually doing right, they're actually able to make stories that, appeal to everyone, It can get dark. It can get adult. But still, children can enjoy it, So it's just like... The reason why I'm saying this is because, I don't know if you felt this, you probably did feel this, like, there's a lot of stuff that reminded me of Avatar, The Last Airbender, and Legend of Korra.
Which makes sense because that has a lot of Asian influence in the martial arts, especially.
And
those stories. And I love Avatar.
Oh, yes, I love Avatar as well. I'm like, oh my god.
That's one series I can always go back to.
We might have to review that.
Oh, we definitely should. Just like episode by episode.
You want to do episode by
We
episode?
could. That'd be a lot, though.
Yeah, that would be a lot, and then also Legend of Korra as well.
Yeah, maybe we can group them. But
And then, the new Avatar Studios has been announced.
I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be so great. It's so cool. Yeah. But, back to Raya. But, so a lot of stuff really reminded me of that, the aesthetic of Avatar and stuff like that. And, like, with Avatar, they had even though they appealed to kids as well, they still had a lot of mature themes and
they still tackled a lot of important issues.
Yes, and they also had twists that you didn't see coming.
Yeah,
that helped
there weren't
progress
really
the story.
any of those in Raya.
Yeah.
Any of those unexpected twists.
Right. It's like I said, they have the elements there to make it cool, but just it is still cool. It is still cool.
Cool.
Don't get me wrong.
It. It's beautiful. The
yes.
animation is great.
Animation is great.
Music is great.
It's great. The fight scenes, they're so sweet. The action scenes in this movie, so cool, man. It's like they're actually using, martial arts, different martial arts techniques, traditional weapons.
And it's really cool.
Yes, and as we're talking about Raya's sword, it retracts and it's a grappling thing. It's like, that's freaking awesome, man. Cool. Loved it, man. But let's talk about the characters then. Let's talk about Raya. Really liked Raya a lot. I did get a lot of Korra vibes as well with her, because even like in the beginning,
very feisty, kind of like Korra is.
And she even has the ponytails and stuff, just like Korra. But I think she did enough to like differentiate herself as a character. She didn't feel like a complete ripoff, Because even with Korra, you could feel like she's like a hothead and like is impulsive and stuff like that. Raya's not that. Like she's more centered with herself. She doesn't make rash decisions. She
lets Namari push her buttons a little.
Okay. There's a couple parts there.
Yeah.
But for the most part, she does seem like the voice of reason, and she's always a step ahead of a lot of situations. So I did really like that. So she's more like if Korra wasn't a hothead, pretty much. This is what Raya is. So I dig her a lot. She was very charismatic too.
Yeah, I liked Raya a lot too.
I guess I know this is like a little detail, and nobody really talks about that much, but her hair, man. The hair looks so good. Everyone's hair in this movie just like great flapping hair in the wind, bruh. And like there's
that was one comment Aiden specifically made to me. That he really liked Namari's hair that was shaved on the side.
Oh yeah, that was really cool too. I liked that a lot. But I really enjoyed her. What was that? Her cute animal companion? Tuk-Tuk. What kind of animal is that?
He's a tuk-tuk. I have no.
He's a tuk-tuk. I almost wanted to say...
maybe you want to steal my tuk-tuk to Boone. So I think that's just his species, too. I don't know. But he's just like a cute little armadillo-like guy.
Yeah, rolling armadillo.
He got very, very big. Yeah. And I want to know how the saddle stays on him when he's rolling. I can't work out how the saddle works.
No, it's like, is there like
it's just like sitting on top of him, and it seems like it should fall over when he starts rolling, but it stays centered. I want to know the science and the physics behind the saddle. How does it work like that?
I mean, I'm with you there, but it's like, it's Disney. Don't think too much about the science.
They kind of just...
But that was one thing I was questioning. This is like rolling perfectly.
Cool. He got very big over 6 years, though. Because he was very small when she was a kid, and it's like the 6 years later, he's enormous.
Like, what is she feeding him?
Yeah, well, bugs seem to be what he likes, because he gets distracted several times looking for bugs.
There's a lot of protein and stuff in those bugs.
Yeah, whatever Boone had on the boat, he kept trying to eat. I don't know what it was.
I thought it was shrimp.
I don't think he was eating shrimp, unless it was like a shrimp ball or something. There was like a basket of stuff that he was trying to eat.
Right, I saw nothing but shrimp, and she kept talking about
they had a lot of shrimp kanji, and then Raya's terrible dried fruit jerkies.
That jackfruit jerky, like, that's disgusting. It sounds...
Yeah, jackfruit.
Yes.
Like, it's not the worst.
No, it's not the worst, but I don't think that's meant to be jerky. Like, that seems like an invention that vegetarians try to come up with at Trader Joe's or Whole Foods.
Hey.
Oh, sorry. She's a vegetarian, so I'm sorry.
I've never tried to make my own jerky, though, so...
I don't know how you could.
We'd need a dehydrator.
Oh, that's probably... It's just dried up
Yeah,
jackfruit.
It's just, like, dried. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Snap into a Slim Jim. Ooh, yeah. But anyway.
No, yuck.
Yeah, Slim Jims are gross. They are gross. I actually don't mind regular jerky, but yeah, Slim Jim, like, no. And plus it has an aftertaste.
When I could eat jerky.
Not a fan.
Trader Joe's has a really terrible watermelon jerky.
Watermelon jerky?
I got it because I was curious. Don't buy it.
Oh, no. I'm sure there's people out there, but I actually
They're
didn't
like,
buy the watermelon jerky.
You can have all of it because I will never buy it.
You must be an old person. Along with the black licorice you like for some reason. I don't know. Sorry. I'm just joking. But anyway, so yeah, I really enjoyed Raya. I like the dynamic that she had with her father, even though we don't get
we don't get a ton of that because
he turns into stone.
He turns into stone.
Yeah,
the Droon get him when they're trying to run away.
These purple mist things.
The opposite of dragons, born of human discord.
I wonder how that became the opposite of dragons, though.
Well, that's just what Sisu said on the boat.
Okay, so yeah.
Sisu said they're like the opposite of dragon, a mindless plague sweeping across the land, leaving nothing but ash and stone in their wake.
But yeah, so I thought that was kind of interesting, but like, I don't know, like just purple mist that turns people into stone.
I think that's actually like a thing, probably from Indonesian legend.
Probably. So if it is, please comment below.
Yeah.
I'm not
that familiar with it, but
yeah.
I'm sure they're pulling from Indonesian culture there.
Yeah, I just feel like they could be a little bit more threatening. I don't know. It's just a mist. I didn't feel their presence enough as I should have. I know, because they're just mists, so it's like not much you can get from them. But it's like, I don't know, it just felt very typical. But anyway, so yeah, you did still get enough of the father-daughter dynamic there, and him trading her to protect the gem, the dragon gem that becomes the main MacGuffin of the movie. So it's like the other nations. Okay, you gotta help me with these nations. So the main one that Raya them live in is Heart. So all the nations are named after the dragons. Yes,
they were all one land together at one point before they started fighting over the dragon gem.
Right.
And so yeah, Raya's from Heart. And then there's also Fang, Spine, Talon, and Tail.
Right. And Fang is like the main rival of Heart. So but all the other nations are trying to steal the gem because they think Heart's just keeping it for themselves.
Yeah, they think it brings them prosperity, and they're like, it doesn't do that. But our friend Cree made a good point that it attracts water to itself, so it probably does help them with growing things. And
that is true. And keeping the Droon away. Cause
all the Droon were gone until it broke.
Yeah,
because Sisu used dragon magic to like get rid of all of them, and so they didn't come back until it broke.
Yeah. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. And then you have I guess like you could technically call her the main antagonist of the movie, Namari. Sorry, there's so many weird names in this movie. I'm trying to keep up with them.
Namari.
Of Fang.
Princess of Fang.
Yes. And it's like when they're
I
like...
knew straight off.
You knew
she was going to be a problem.
I don't know. It almost got me for a second because they were like...
they were just going to be friends.
Just be friends and working out, and it's like, they're trying
just like hanging out and like having a good time. I knew there was something off about her immediately.
Yeah. Though as soon as she's like, hey, you want to see something? It's like,
She's going to show her the gem. She became a gem guardian today, and she's already going to show it to someone.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
I know you're a child, but come on.
It's like, even if she was going to be your friend...
I know we need a plot, but also...
But you were specifically told not to let anyone in there.
You're sworn to protect it. Hey, do you want to see the gem that all the other lands want because they think it has magic powers?
Right, like that. Did you just forget that? But yeah, that was probably the most dim-witted thing about the movie. It's like, okay, they gotta do something to get the plot going. But it's like, there could have been a more natural way of putting it. Because as I said, when Namari and Raya were like, interacting, I was like, oh, this is a nice bonding.
Sweet. Like they were just hanging out, but yeah.
Like, it would have been more impactful is like if they grew up together and they, when they get to adults, that's
and
when...
not just like they've known each other for like half an hour.
Right. Because then you establish trust, and you don't make Raya seem like she's so, dense and stuff like that.
Yeah, just like she was very immediately trusting of her.
Right. So it would have been more impactful, but when they grow up,
like if the betrayal had come a little bit later.
After, yes, that would have been great. But it's only an hour and 40 minutes.
They gotta.
This movie could have been 2 hours. I don't
think
know.
they could have stretched it out a little bit.
Yeah, like I know, like with animated films, they want to keep it under 2 hours because they don't want the kids to get rowdy, get restless. But it's like I think they could have
had it a little bit more.
Yeah, just
flesh some stuff out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that happens, and then all the other nations find out where the gem is, and then they're fighting over it, and then they make the gem crack.
Yeah.
And
I forgot where her dad gets shot.
Huh? Oh yeah, the dad gets shot as well. Shot in the leg with the arrow. It's like, oh
crossbow.
Jesus!
And I didn't see who fired the crossbow, but I think it was Fang.
Probably.
Yeah.
So like, oh, that was
because we see Namari using one later. I think it was someone from Fang, maybe even the chief of Fang, who did that. They kind of show it like from the crossbow perspective when that happens. So I didn't see who it was. But
yeah. So that happens, and then the drone return, and everyone
swarm the gem, crack the gem.
Yep.
And then instead of trying to fix it, then everyone grabs a piece and off away they go.
Yeah, because they still like, oh, it got power because they see them using it against the drone.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're gonna take them now, and then
each chief ends up with one piece of the gem.
How perfect!
They go. Wow, how convenient that no one grabbed two of them.
How many pieces were there? Like 5? Oh, so they did. Okay.
It was literally like one from each place.
Yeah, how perfect!
Yeah, Raya's dad had one, and then like the chief of every other land ended up with one.
Yep. So Dad ends up sacrificing himself, and then
to throw Raya into the river, which I called as soon as they got to the bridge.
I didn't think he was
gonna toss her in.
I thought he was gonna be like, "You gotta leave me, go run, whatever."
No, I knew he was gonna throw her in there. I said that.
Yeah, I know. And then he throws in the water. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
You know what they don't show during that scene though? They never show where Tuk Tuk is, so she's just floating down the river. We don't see Tuk Tuk with her.
Well, you assume that
was he in her bag? I don't know. They don't show him, but then just later, 6 years later, she's riding along on Tuk Tuk. So obviously they got reunited somehow, but they don't show him in that scene at all.
Everything's fine. Everything's good. You don't got enough time to establish that. We got to go boom, 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 boom.
But now her father's turned to stone. Now we have a motivation for her wanting to find Sisu and save the world. You got to set up her tragic backstory.
Yeah. Now, I may sound like a cold-hearted bastard for me saying this. Did you feel like there should be some death from the drones? Like instead of just
because like no one actually dies.
Right, because like when you see everyone turn to stone, you're leaving that open, being like, oh, everyone could come back.
And we know everyone could come back because of the backstory that they gave us about when Sisu made the gem, like blast them all away, and everyone turned back except the dragons for some reason.
Right. So
so we knew that, of course they're going to fix it, and everything's going to be good because it's a Disney movie.
It's a Disney movie,
So, it didn't feel like
sacrifice.
There was as much weight to that because they weren't permanently dead. And they were going to come back, obviously, at the end of the movie.
Yeah, so it also could have, helped to, not make it as typical because you won't know what happened because, like, certain people sacrifice because you don't know if everything could be, could be the same as they were if they do end up getting all the gems or whatever. So there could have been some sacrifice there. Yes, we want death. Well, not necessarily death, but it's like just raise the stakes
more.
It
it feels like the stakes aren't very high because we know they're going to come back, except for the tail chief.
Yeah.
She won't come back.
Nope. Oh wow. that'll go over their heads. But yeah, so fast forward when Raya's an adult. So they go to the first place they go to is Tail. It was the desert one. And then when she finds the gem,
So first she's searching every river to find Sisu because Namari, when they were kids, told her that Fang legend said that Sisu was at the end of one of these rivers.
Right.
And so for the past 6 years, we're supposed to assume that she's been going to every river and trying to find Sisu at the end. And now she's come to the very last one.
And then that's where Sisu arrives.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she thinks no time has passed.
Yep.
It's like, I'm so hungry, I forgot to have breakfast today. Today,
bunch of people turned the stone.
You broke it? Ah!
Oh my god, there was a
thing about
funny line. Yes, it's like, she was like, "You broke it," and Ryan's like,
I have a big chunk of it.
You think that's supposed to make me feel better? If you lost a
puppy, and I said, "Oh, it's okay. We still have a big chunk of it. Would that make you feel better?"
That took me off guard. I was like, "Dang."
Also, apparently, they have puppies in the world of Raya. We didn't see them, but we did see some cats.
Right, there are cats.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I guess could assume that dogs exist in this universe.
So dogs confirmed in
Yes.
Raya in the last
Now,
trailer.
are they giant dogs that people can ride on like the
I
cats?
hope so.
That would be insane.
So, like just a Clifford situation.
Oh, for goodness, yeah. that'd be crazy. But yeah, so
So Sisu comes back.
Sisu comes back.
They had a cool thing about the water rising into the air. Like Tuk Tuk is drinking outside and it starts flowing the opposite way. And then, yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I definitely see no waterbending influences
No,
here.
no waterbending at all. Well, I wanted to be a waterbender.
Yeah,
This is the best one, I think.
Yeah, I think it probably comes close. It's really hard to say. It's because it's between Earth and water.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like water's the most useful.
True,
like,
it has the most.
survival-wise.
Yeah, it has the most like stuff you can heal from it. You have blood bending, turn stuff to ice. You can take water out of people's body. Like
Yeah, they never go into that, but that'd be horrifying.
yeah, it would be horrifying. Oh, I hope they do that in the future
I mean, they like took all the air out of someone's body.
You know what? I'll say that waterbending's the best.
Yeah,
even
I
though
think waterbending is best. I wanted to be Katara so bad.
the guitar, yeah, guitar is great. Yeah, I'd be more of like an airbender myself. Either that or a firebender. I don't know. Because I really like fire.
The Avatar. You can have all of them.
Everyone wants to be the Avatar. Yeah. But so yeah.
Back to Raya.
Back to Raya.
We've been sidetracked by the
many
Avatar
times.
Last Airbender twice.
Yes. So great. You can't help to see the influences here. It's just like influence. I'm surprised Nick didn't sue them for some reason. But anyway, Sisu. Okay, so
I like Sisu.
yeah, she's fine. She's fine. Still felt the Aquafina isms in there, and even like when she turns back to human, she looks exactly like Aquafina, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, like that's really on the nose.
Like, yeah,
But why not? But
it's whatever.
right, yeah. But I did find her really endearing, and I did think some of the stuff she said was really funny, and she played a really intricate part in the movie overall, and I do like her design. She's pretty much a fluffy dragon unicorn.
Yeah.
So yeah, perfect to sell toys.
Woohoo!
Finger guns.
I'm sure Emmy's gonna have a Sisu.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. And if they make the other dragons too, I'm sure there's going to be a collection as well. But yeah, so I did really like her design, like her, really interesting. If they just toned back the Aquafina-isms with the awkward humor and the stuff like that, I just felt like there was a couple of parts where it's like, okay, that's a little too much, or like these random comments like, I'm hungry. Like,
I really like that her dragon magic is just that she's a really good swimmer.
that's pretty much what it is, isn't it? And she glows.
Yeah. No, the glow comes from her sister. That's not her magic.
Oh, right.
She gets their powers from the different pieces of the gem.
Oh my god,
Her
is this My Little Pony?
Yeah, her power is just that she's really good at swimming.
Great, a dragon that swims, that's great. Can properly fly in
and she
this
makes
movie.
all the puns about it.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's great.
Yeah.
But so that's what happens after they get the second piece of the
Yeah,
the second piece of the
because
the
Raya
gem.
had the first one, which made her glow, which was from her sister Amba.
Right.
And then after they find the one from the Tail Chief, she ends up being able to shape change, which is from her sister Prani.
Like that they she gets the abilities of all her siblings. That's really cool.
It's nice because they didn't come back, at least yet. Oh,
Yeah.
yet. So it's nice that she got to get a piece of each of them.
For sure. And then Namari, all grown up.
Guess who's back?
Yep, back again. That she's hunting down Raya.
Yeah.
And then she's, I think, also the Fang clan's also trying to get all the gems for themselves, I think.
Well, they just wanted, Raya stole their scroll about, like, Sisu just falling down the river.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like, why did she take this? And then they find out she's stealing gem pieces and they try to intercept her.
Mm-hmm. So I like that there's not like a clean cut villain in this movie. You know, I mean, there's antagonists and there's disputes and whatever, but like
there's some rivalry going on there. But
but everyone thinks that they're doing something right for their nation. So it gives Namari more dimension.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll say I like Namari.
Yeah.
I think she's like a little misguided, but
Yeah,
she's a cool character.
Yeah. Like, I think she does, with the moments we do get with Raya and Namari, I think she does, like, they balance each other out, you know, emotionally and stuff like that, so. And, like, I like that they made her the more tough one, you know, because, like, every time they fight, Namari's kicking Raya's ass until the end. But, yeah, I like that she's, like, the tough one. But,
Double Sword Zuko.
Double Sword Zuko, yes! It just keeps coming. It keeps coming. The Avatar influences, man. And once again, it's like, I need to capture the Avatar.
Oh my
I mean the scrolls.
I mean the dragon pieces. Oh, shit.
Even the shaved head, just like Zuko.
Wow. Wow. I didn't notice that.
Yeah. Trying to impress her elders.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, they think that they're the top. Their nation's the top.
Fang is very Fire Nation, aren't they?
Oh my goodness, they're really trying to make their own avatar. You know, it's cool. I'm down with it, but it's just like while we're talking about it.
I did not draw the parallel between Fang and the Fire Nation to this now.
Yeah.
And now I can't stop thinking about it.
Oh well. Oh boy. But anyway.
Yeah, like we have to get the dragon and the pieces so that they won't blame Fang for what's happened.
Right.
It's very Fire Nation trying to take over everything.
Right. Yeah, even though it's technically their fault, even though it is right.
I mean, they did start it. They definitely started it, but I think it ended up being everyone's fault because none of them could get over themselves, and they all just wanted the gem for themselves instead of having it for everyone. So, Fang started it, but I think everyone was responsible.
Yeah, everyone with their own selfish reasons of having the gem and whatever. Nobody's listening to each other and stuff like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, but no collaboration in that part of the movie.
Nope. But that is the lesson that they learned.
Yeah, so we get a ragtag team of friends from all the different nations. This is very Avatar. Oh, I didn't draw many of these parallels until just now, but they get Boone from Tail, and then they have Khan Baby and the Ongis, Little Noi from Talon, and then they end up with Tong from Spine, they have Raya from Heart, and then in the end,
Namari ends up being the final piece.
It's very Team Avatar.
Team Avatar! Yeah!
Oh my goodness.
Yes! I'm sure we're blowing everyone's mind.
Yeah. Did you draw these connections, or did you realize, during your first watch of the movie?
But let's talk about the ragtag team.
The ragtag team of friends.
Yep. So Boone,
I like Boone a lot.
Yeah, I like him a lot too.
Good.
Yep. We're talking like he's
here's your captain speak.
Talking like a game show host.
Oh, he's so fun. I like Boone a lot.
Yes, very, very funny.
He's like, poor kid. He's the only one in his family who didn't get turned.
Yeah.
It makes you think about how long has he been on his own.
Right. Oh yeah, because it's been years.
It's been 6 years, but his family could have been turned at any point during that time. How long has this kid been on a boat alone by himself?
Right.
Like, poor
nuts.
Boone.
Even worse than that, he had the baby.
Yeah,
the Khan baby.
Oh my goodness.
Like, no, I thought
she's not very old, so it couldn't have been that long, but it's still very sad. She's just living with Ongis, and like her mom gets turned.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
So sad. Now, I thought the Khan stuff was really silly.
Yeah.
Like, how old is this baby? That can't be like more than a year old.
Well, she has to be, like, she can already walk and like, run, apparently.
Maybe 2 years old, maybe. I'll give
she's not really talking, so she's probably between 1 and 2.
And she's becoming a con artist? How is she smart enough to do that with the monkeys? I mean, the monkeys...
They don't have to explain that stuff because,
Disney.
It's Disney, and... They just want to have a cool chase scene with a baby and some Ongis.
Look, giant armadillos, fine. Dragons that can't fly, that they swim,
hey, they kind of step on the
rain. They step on the rain.
And you see that? That's how
sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
But monkeys even doing weird stuff, fine. Ongis, they're monkeys.
Hey, do monkeys have 9 stomachs?
Wait, what?
Ongis do.
Ongis have 9 stomachs. How is that even possible?
When they go back to the ship, he's like, they're going to be here for a while because Ongis have 9 stomachs.
How's that even possible? They're so little.
Well, cows have 4.
I mean, sure, but it's like...
Yeah. Here's your fun fact. Cows have 4 stomachs.
Yeah, which I see that because they're huge, you know?
Yeah.
Now I'm questioning, I'm not the biologist here, but it's like, the cows are huge, so yes, they can have 4 stomachs. Mm-hmm. But it's like, if they have...
Well, they're ruminants. They gotta digest their stuff a lot. It doesn't have a lot of nutritional value. They can break down stuff more than we can, though.
Yeah, I guess so.
Fiber-wise.
But the Con Baby.
Con Baby.
The Con Baby. That
and
means...
they just call her Con Baby because they don't know her name.
Right. Did they even say her name?
Noi.
Noi.
Yeah, Tong finds out her name because he's a dad and his kid got turned to stone. And they just show that little elephant. It's so sad.
It's very, very sad.
But yeah, he's the only one that checked, and it was on her collar. Her name is Noi.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Tong, I like Tong
Tong's
as well.
Cool, I like him too.
Yeah, remind me of a Viking from Brave or How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
Very cool, but he has, he's a softie on the inside, so I really like that.
He has a cool giant axe.
Giant axes are great. Yes.
As a joke Boone made.
Giant axery.
Bad axery.
Oh, that's the way of cursing without cursing.
Yeah, that's how they sneak one in there.
Disney. I'm sure you could say one curse word. That would catch me off guard if they started cursing.
If they actually did swear.
Yeah, if they said damn or hell, I'm like, oh, we're getting edgy now. But that's all you can say without getting PG-13. But yeah, so I like that ragtag team that they have.
Yeah, someone from each of
the lands. Yeah, and they all set aside their differences.
In a dragon. They have the animal companions.
Because that's in the contract for every Disney movie. You must have one.
Because the whole thing in the end ends up being about trust. And how the people have to come together from all the lands to fix the gem.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, so it's cool that they ended up in the end with everyone from everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Which leads to the climax where they try to have Namari, trust them.
We didn't talk about Talon, though.
Talon. Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the Talon Chief. Who is the Talon Chief? I hear her voice, and I know it's from something, and I cannot figure out who she is.
Talon Chief! Wikipedia!
Yeah, the little old lady.
Yeah.
What is her name?
Dang it.
I know who she's in lots of stuff. I cannot place her.
Oh, you know the actress?
I don't know her name.
Okay.
I recognize her voice, and I know she's in other stuff, and I cannot place her. Not Dang Hai, the other one.
Sun Kang? No, that can't.
Dang Hai was the dude, and then she ends up with the Dragon Gem piece, the little old lady.
Okay, I can't
place her.
I can't place her either.
Her voice is so familiar to me, and I cannot figure out where she's from, and I keep forgetting to look it up.
I don't know.
Anyway,
sure, people in the comments be like, this person
kind of sees like, some people aren't trustworthy, but that doesn't really keep her from trusting people. Because her whole thing with Raya is like, you need to open yourself up to trusting people and asking them for help.
Right.
And she never really lets go of that, and Raya's so closed off to trusting because of what happened with Namari, and she has to overcome that in the end.
Mm-hmm. But then there's situations where, even like Sisu gets too trusting with people and like almost loses the gem.
Who, tries to lock her out with the Droon. Mm-hmm. But that still doesn't turn her off of trust.
Right. So, another lesson learned, like, don't close yourself off from people. Even if you have bad intentions, not everyone has bad intentions, you know. So I really liked that message.
We had that contrast between Sisu and Raya, where Raya was like, don't trust anybody. Boone's trying to poison us.
Right. Which another thing you do understand from Raya's point of view, like the last time she trusted someone, it left a divide in the nation and,
Yeah, brought back the Droon. That was the, worst case scenario.
Right. Which, it's wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, you kind of see a little bit of her starting to trust when she asks Tong for help getting her friends out of Spine when Namari brings the Fang army.
Right.
And they're like, I need my friends to get out of here safely, I'm going to distract them. And she asks him for his help genuinely, and then he gives it. So we see a little bit of trust coming back into it, but it takes her a long time to be able to trust Namari.
Mm-hmm. And then it's like it takes a while for Namari to trust everyone else either. Like they tried the first time, like when Sisu was trying to, talk to her.
Sisu was talking to her, and it's like, I trust you.
Right.
And then...
But then she's still like, I still need to get the gems.
She still wants what's best for Fang, and she's conflicted inside, like Zuko.
Yeah. It's like the Boss Thing Say episode when she swears everyone thinking, he's gonna go good, but no.
No, and then, when he decides, he has, that fever dream where he's fighting himself.
Yep.
One of his grandfathers is Fire Lord Sozin, and the other one's Avatar Roku.
Right, oh my god. parallels, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But then Namari accidentally shoots Sisu.
Yeah, because Raya hits the crossbow with her sword.
Yep. And
and then the water goes away, nothing to hold the Droon back.
So
everything goes to shit.
Yep. And for a second, I thought Sisu was gone for good. I thought she was dead.
Yeah, that could have been something that Disney did. That, like, impactful, like, her sacrifice.
Right.
Yeah, but of course no one stays permadead in Disney movies, except the parents.
Like, on the Dragons
you can have lots of orphans, but no one stays permanently dead.
No one stays permanently dead.
All of those parents die before the movie.
Yeah, no one got to deal with sacrifice or, having to deal with the new family or whatever. Like, no, they'll come back. So I guess the dragons are immortal. So I think
There's something, yeah. They brought her back from the water. They did. And I noticed this the last time I watched through it, is that when Sisu was forming, like, out of the river in the beginning, it's the same dance the dragons did to bring her back in the end of the movie. Mm-hmm. Nice touch.
That was a nice touch. So yeah, when shit hits the fan, that's when Raya gets pissed and you get the final fight between her and Namari. That was awesome. That was great. Like, seeing unhinged rage, intensity. But even then, even when she's angry, she's like, she learns to forgive her, and then when they get caved in on the floor, and then the Droon surrounding them, and they all have a gem piece.
Yeah.
Then they all come to the conclusion.
And it's like, it's not about dragon magic.
Nope.
It's about trust.
It's about trust.
We need to trust each other.
Yes.
Everyone's like, no, we'll never trust Namari. She's from Fang, and all they do is stab you in the back. Well, she killed Sisu.
Well, then I'll be the first to trust her. We can go from there. So he gives her the gem, and then they all.
And then she's in the pose. Everyone else is in. Okay, so one thing I have a problem with in this scene is everyone else who gets turned to stone has like the hands outstretched in front of them, head down position.
Actually, no, they don't.
Almost everyone. Like all the people on the bridge when they were fleeing, they all end up like this. They all do this.
Right.
And then,
everyone
in the little squad turns, they're like up against Raya in whatever pose they were in when they got touched by the Droon. But every other person who gets turned, the whole movie is in the hands in front pose.
Drama.
I get it's for aesthetics. But if you're gonna be that consistent with the pose everybody else is in, and then you don't do it at the end for like a touching moment or whatever. Just, like, it feels inconsistent. And it annoys me a little bit.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's just preferred if, like, when they turn to stone, they don't do the pose.
Yeah, they were just, like, in whatever pose they had been in.
Right.
That would have been fine by me. But no, they all have their hands in front.
Right. So, yeah, just did it for dramatic aesthetic purposes, like all of them together or whatever. And then when Namari eventually puts all the pieces together, she makes a pose with them as well, showing all the nations are together. Mm-hmm. 4 nations live together in harmony.
Everything changed when Fang attacked. Oh, shit.
Okay. Another thing that slightly bothered me, speaking of that, so when they do put the stuff together, they still turn to stone, and there's like a dramatic pause.
Yeah,
where nothing happens.
Did it work? Did it work?
And then
what if they just ended it there?
That they failed?
Everyone's dead. Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh jeez.
You're gonna make Infinity War look like a cakewalk. Like,
can you imagine if Disney did that? The outcry.
There'll be so much outcry. There'll be parents being like, "I can't believe you ended it.
My child watched this movie."
That would be great. I wish
that would have been a great twist.
Yes.
But of course, being Disney, everybody comes back, and then they're Kumandra again, and oh, guess what? The dragons come back this time.
Yes.
What's different this time? I don't know.
Yes, everyone's alive.
I guess it's just like the people are united, and last time they weren't. Which it's maybe the only distinction there.
Which that's cool.
Yeah,
that's great.
Cool, whatever.
But I just want to see more intensity. I want to see more sacrifice. I want to see more
like
twists.
Lasting consequences.
Lasting consequences. It's
like, oh, everyone came back and it's all good now.
Right. It's like, I know, like, the kids gotta be tougher, man. Like, they gotta sit through stuff like this to know that,
they need to have their heart ripped out.
Right.
Turned into a pulp.
But then they have to understand everything's okay, not everything's perfect, but you do the best you can,
Yeah.
I guess because like me growing up, because I grew up with not only the darker stuff that Disney's done, when Disney had said they weren't afraid to be dark, but it's like even horror films. I grew up watching horror films, and even like there's other stuff that was meant for kids, but it didn't really seem like they were meant for kids. So it's like I guess like coming from that mindset, it's like I feel like I grew up tougher, being exposed to that type of stuff. Because the world is not idealistic. So it's like it'd be nice if Disney reflected the times to just a little bit more. You can have your fantasy stuff. You can still do stuff to sell merchandise to children. You can still have the colors and stuff like that. But don't treat the audience like they're brittle, Like, because they're not.
It'd be nice if there were some, like, lasting consequences, like, in any Disney movie.
Right. I mean, there is some, like, we talked about earlier, Hunchback of Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. That was a really dark movie. But, still had glimmers of hope and had a great message and good characters and I forget like what the most recent dark movie that Disney's done that worked.
I'll have to think about it.
The Jungle Book, the live action Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Before y'all say the Lion King, nope. That 2019 one would no. I heard Cruella.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. We will review that in the near future as well. But, so I just like it when Disney gets a little darker. It's okay. Yeah. We could take it.
It can be dark sometimes. Sometimes no one, not everyone comes back. Or,
right.
There are permanent consequences.
Right.
To someone's actions.
But,
we didn't really talk about the other dragons.
Yeah, do you remember all the dragons' names?
I do remember all the dragons'
Please tell me. Then what color are they so I can know?
What color are they? Oof.
Oh, you don't know that?
Jagan is green.
Okay, because that's the main one, right?
No, Jagan is her one that has her brother that has the fog magic. Pengu is like the oldest, like seemingly in charge brother. I think he was mostly like light blue, and he has this big headpiece thing.
Yeah, the big headpiece thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is Pengu, and he has rain magic. And then there's Prani, who's the shapeshifter one. And I think she was more like purpley. I might be right about this, I'm not sure. And then Amba, I think, was bluer. She's the one that could glow. Mm-hmm. And so it turns out that they made the gem, and then because of their trust in Sisu, she was able to like deploy the dragon magic to blast the Droon away. Mm-hmm. But it was about trust, not about her being a really good swimmer.
That they want to emphasize a lot in this movie.
Yeah, they bring that up a lot.
Yeah.
Which I think is a very funny, each dragon has their own magic, and mine is that I can swim really well.
Yay, you're Aquaman.
Wow.
I mean, I love Aquaman, but
yeah,
that's it.
So those were all the dragons
right.
that they name. They don't name any of the many other dragons that come back at the end of the movie, but they have a cool visual of them all doing their weird jumping,
dancing, jumpy thing in the air.
Thing. They bring Sisu back.
Yay!
Wow. And she's hungry, but not enough for jerky.
No, that's gross. Not doing that jackfruit jerky.
Yeah, they have a nice scene at the end though, where everyone goes back and finds their families that had been stoned.
Yep.
That's touching.
Boone is reunited with his family, and then Noi is reunited with her mother, and Tong is reunited with his family. It was very nice.
Yeah.
Very touching.
And then at the end, Raya goes back to her father. Her father! He goes, Dewdrop?
So I guess he didn't age either, right?
Well, yeah, because he was stoned, but she did.
I wish there was a moment of shock, being like, "Oh, you grew up."
Yeah, they don't really address that.
Yeah.
That has to be a little jarring. I'm not a parent, so I wouldn't know how this would feel, but knowing that your child was without you for that length of time and having to rough it on their own, doing whatever. Yeah, like in Avengers Endgame when Ant-Man was reunited with her daughter and she's a teenager. It's it would have been nice to see something there. Yeah. But they just kind of gloss over it. He recognizes her and she's like, oh my god, he did recognize me even though it's been 6 years. Mm-hmm. But they could have been what emotions was he going through at the time? But yeah, they end up with, oh, welcome to Kumandra, we're all one land again and everything's chill. The circle of life, we are one. So that's Raya, basically. It is Raya. One little thing
forgot to talk about. I wish they showed more of the personalities of the other dragons.
Yeah.
You know, showed
yeah, it's very just like Sisu-centric.
Sisu-centric, yeah.
We get some mentions of each of her siblings, but then nothing about any of the other dragons.
Especially, I want to know more about the leader dragon. Pengu,
yeah,
like,
Aiden says that's his favorite dragon.
Right.
He's the biggest one.
And it's like, I forgot that it was a male dragon too.
Yeah.
It didn't even look like all the dragons look female because they're all fluffy and colorful like My Little Pony. but yeah, I just wish they spend a little more time just differentiating all at least the main dragons that sacrifice themselves or whatever to Sisu. So anyway, yeah, that is Raya.
Yeah.
But overall, I thought it was a solid Disney film.
Yeah,
it was entertaining.
Half watched it 3.5 times. So.
Yeah, so I'll definitely watch this again. I do want to see more. I hope they make sequels out of this because there's so much cool stuff with the world and the nations, and it's like they can expand outside their nations.
Rebuilding outside of, because like a lot of stuff got fucked up
Yeah.
when the dream came through. How are they rebuilding? How is the political structure working now that they're not just 5 separate nations? They're one land together. What's the internal struggle that comes from that, and being like, who gets to be in charge now?
Right. Or if there's like a rival nation that's like on the other side of the world and they're trying to take over too, and like all the
It could be cool to revisit.
Yes. So hopefully they do more. I think this is a solid start. Story wise, it does seem like the typical hero's. Is it a hero's journey? Because she's pretty much was trained since she was young, so she already knew what was going on. But
she's already good at fighting with swords.
Right. So it's it's the typical adventure story, and it's where the story's going to go.
We have to get all of these things to
MacGuffins.
Final thing.
Yeah, they all got the different nations working together to defeat the bad guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what keeps it from being this is great, this is amazing. I still would say Moana.
I love Moana.
Yeah, Moana's awesome.
We have to review Moana.
We are going to review Moana.
Moana's my favorite.
Yeah, I think they greenlit Moana 2, and I think there's going to be Moana series on Disney Plus, so we will definitely talk about that.
Moana's my favorite.
Yeah, love Moana. And I really like Frozen 2 as well.
Frozen 2 is good.
Yeah, Frozen 2 and Tangled. I recently rewatched Tangled.
Tangled is solid.
Really good. But Raya is right below them, right below. It's not like a far thing. It's they're right below them. It's it's really good. It was almost great. But yeah, I really enjoyed the characters. I really like Raya. I really like the world. It's really cool. So I will say Raya and the Last Dragon is pretty good.
I would agree. Yeah, pretty good.
Cool.
Would watch again.
Definitely. And if you guys haven't watched it, I guess you guys don't care about spoilers. But
yeah, we basically just told you the whole plot.
If you haven't shown your kids this movie, I would recommend.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's a good movie for the whole family. Mm-hmm. But that is our thoughts on Raya and the Last Dragon. What did you guys think about it? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys think it was okay? Comment below and let us know. Awesome start to the Disney cast, and this is just the beginning of a long journey. There are a lot of other things in store this year. Luca's going to be coming out, I think, next weekend, as of this recording. Soon, yes. So I want to talk about that. We're going to get into the 101 Dalmatians franchise because Cruella was recently released, so I want to talk about that as well. Maybe we could talk about Hamilton because In the Heights was recently released. So yeah. And then many other franchises to come. We will talk about this. We're going to be so much Disney, y'all are going to be choking on it. So,
you're going to get sick of Disney. Just kidding. No one ever gets sick of Disney.
Who gets sick of Disney? Well, when they're doing BS like the live action movies. But anyway.
But then you can just go back to those old classics.
Yes, that's very true.
Over and over and over because now we have Disney Plus and everyone can do that.
Everyone can do that. And it's sometimes they do have some hidden gems out there. Yeah. There's some stuff that works. So yes, Disney will always be a part of our lives. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell if you want to be notified on future videos we'll be doing. But that's all we have for you Disney fans, and we will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for listening. Yes, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.